separate issue.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for our West Side Campaign Against Hunger, we're holding our third annual block party, Wisco Rocks the Block. And it's going to be on May 19th, and we'll get more info out. It'll be fun, but also useful in combating food insecurity.
Okay, are there any members of the public in the room who have not signed up who would wish to speak? Okay, then we can move ahead to our roll call. Which we do on our phones.
Right. Can you promote me?
Oh, yes, that I can do. All right, just did. That's good.
Yes, no.
What's that?
If you are here,
So
go
I-
to your
I just double check.
67
They can hear us. really
voting
well on
number
Zoom. Everyone on Zoom
and
can hear
input
us.
yes.
Just fine. It's can we hear people on,
Okay, currently we have 15 people.
like if one of.
Raise your hand if you need
speak,
help.
That's what we need to
19
know.
people.
The sound used to come from there or here. But
You can only get copy here.
what's that?
Probably. I don't know what that.
Let me see if I can get Alex actually. But all good so far, actually. This is, I'm not very last minute notice, is much better than hot things are gonna land.
We got 26 people.
Who are still struggling and get their votes. We're voting on attendance, so.
Anyone else have any? We got 29 people. Howard, Kristen, sounds good. We got 30 people.
Is there anyone present who has not been able to vote on their phone?
Hey, okay, I can manually put these down.
Okay, go do it.
Okay, Howard, you said it was 31.
Well, you're gonna have to have one night.
I see right there.
I know.
Oh, did you get a response? Yeah, you're good. All right. Calling all 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we're here.
32 plus.
So, we're ready to open the business session and, first up is, BCI. So Josh and Ben, can you please take the floor and, present your items?
Hi. Ben, guy. So we
Can you
have,
move forward maybe so you can be heard, online as well as
where's my pen?
close to the table?
Okay. Put my head in the way of something?
No.
It's kind of big. Where, is this good? John's good. Okay, wow, okay. Hello. Okay, so we have 6 resolutions. I want to propose that we divide it into 2. The first being for the new applications and the second being for the class changes. Is that a resolution or is that?
Yeah, we can just, agree to bundle on it.
Bundle, okay.
Unless there is any member who objects to the bundling because they have a different vote on several things within the bundle.
I have 2 items that I'm ineligible.
Yes, yes.
Well,
I was going to mention that. We could bundle all of them, but there is one that's a little bit different, so thought it might. So all of them were unanimously approved except for, a couple items where we had one member in. So the first resolution is on the new applications. The first was for, 592 to 594 Amsterdam Avenue on West 89th Street. With the business, doing business as the Blocky, the new application. And, this was approved by the committee, provided that the applicant changes the fan direction away from the neighbors as instructed by the sound engineer who was hired. We had a variety of debate on this, and then the fan was facing a building, and a number of members of the community came and agreed upon that we would approve if that fan changed direction. That's the first item. The second item is approval for 1012 Amsterdam Avenue on West 109th to 110th by Two Guys Catering, and we approved that SLR permit.
Did the first applicant agree to change the direction?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And not only that, he has a history of several restaurants and good.
All right, so we can bundle the two new applications. I think then we're gonna have to split because we have a member who is ineligible to vote
Okay.
and on one of them.
Okay, so the second one we have to split. into
Right,
two
but
items.
right now, for those two, we can take one vote.
Okay, got it. Okay, right. Call the question, the resolution. Those approving?
Okay, vote yes for yes, no for no.
An eye for an eye.
An eye for an eye.
Yes, no, abstained, ineligible.
People are doing that. I just say that, I guess, they're saying, thank you.
No, that's their phone, that's their phone. I was suggesting you think. Nothing to do.
That's your auto, that's all your auto.
It's AI. We got 31 people, any any people? Try again, that's it, sounds good.
Oh, my God. sounds like
Here you go, see what Jeff voted. Yeah, yes or no? Yes? Okay, yes it is. You voted. You got 33?
Yeah.
Anyone have any issues? No, 33? Okay, 10, 9, 8. Yes, you got it. Yeah, I'll write you down.
Any more cell towers?
Yeah, we need more. I'll do the next one, okay. 34,000. Roberta and Emmanuel. Yeah.
Thank you. We've been joined by several representatives from the Borough President's Office. Before we vote on the next batch of BCI items, I'd like to ask them to say a few words. Oh, you'll win. Okay, thank you. So go ahead.
Okay, so did you say that we have to split these between the ones that were?
Yes, we have to split these because we have one member who is ineligible to vote.
And which item for that? I think that was 2290.
Yeah, the first is 57 to 74 Columbus Avenue. That's
And 2290 Broadway.
correct.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we'll do the first one where everyone was eligible, which would be our second resolution for the day. It's 854 Amsterdam Avenue, doing business as the Grand Feast, and it would be a full liquor license in place of the current wine, beer, and cider. That's the first one. The second one is 420 Amsterdam Avenue, West 80th Street by Black Lab Coffee. They would be adding an on-premise license, but would be closing, I recall, at earlier hours as they're primarily a coffee shop. That would be the second resolution.
Any questions or comments regarding those two? Okay, we can open the vote.
Open voting, voting is open.
We're voting on two, including Can you read the addresses again that we're
Yes,
voting on?
the first one is 854 Amsterdam Avenue, between West 101 and 102. And the second is 420 Amsterdam Avenue, West 80th, and that one is Black Light Coffee.
Okay, and we've reorganized the ones
So
we're
now we're
voting
back
on
to-
to
Yeah,
accommodate
It went into like.
one member who
So
is,
just now, yes,
who is
or no,
ineligible for
whatever,
cost.
now you're back in.
So,
No, it always gives you like the one answer, so now we're in a new one, with these two that he just proposed.
Okay, voting is
Yes or
open.
no on
We
this.
got
two.
30
Yeah.
votes yes. Looking for 3 more people. 31.
It was just you accent.
Right.
2290 Broadway.
You can always try again. It doesn't double count. Okay, good.
Beverly and Alex, could I do a quick audio test when there's an organic
Yeah.
break?
Okay, 10,
So
9,
just vote on
8,
this one, yes. or no.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 36,000.
Although now you give him a little something. extra, like-
Alex is gonna try.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Okay, bundle number 3, this would be 2, class changes as well, where we had 1, member ineligible. The first one would be 572 to 574 Columbus Avenue on West 88th Street, a business called Bella Luna. They would be getting we approved a full liquor license in place of Victoria Wine, Beer and Cider. That's the first one. The second one is 2290 Broadway, doing business at, it actually doesn't say, it says TBD, but it's on West 82nd to 83rd, also a class change, and we have that.
Okay,
So full disclosure, so I represent the owners of Bella Luna, although I didn't procure this in a long time, so I'm gonna declare myself ineligible, even though I don't have any monetary gain. And then on 2290 Broadway, that's the former Artie's Delicatessen, that's Westville Restaurant. That is my client, and I'm ineligible, but I do urge your support for both of them because I think they're great operators. And, but I will.
okay.
Yeah, so
So
the second
we
one
should-
would be Westville is having a full liquor license.
Yeah.
Okay, open the vote.
So,
Yeah.
Call the question, those.
Voting is open.
Voting in.
Pause for cause.
Yes, but you just do cause, right?
Yeah.
Right, that makes.
Okay, we got 31,001. Maybe a few more, 36,001. I think that's it. 5, 4, 37,001. More people are coming to here. Okay, we're done.
okay, Alex, can you give us a audio test?
Okay, we got
Hello,
31,000.
can you hear me?
Remote Listeners can hear us and speak.
Try one more time.
Hi, this is Alex. I'm doing a test, an audio test.
Okay. Moving right along. We have several, 3 items from the Preservation Committee. And Kay and Madge, would
We
you?
have an honorary presenter today.
We have 3 resolutions and one bit of good news.
Yeah.
You'll do the good news.
I'll do the good.
Okay, nice and loud, nice and loud.
Nice and loud.
The first one is 166 West 72nd Street between CPW, Central Park West and Columbus. The applicant is looking to legalize construction that was begun on the rooftop by another firm and stopped by the Department of Buildings. So the new company that's building this has proposed essentially to take space. Okay, space, maid's room. I suppose if maids knew how valuable this space was. Who would have left? So they're taking the square footage from the one of the maids' rooms and adding it. They're making a penthouse addition to the apartment downstairs to convert it to a 3-bedroom apartment. And we thought that the applicant did a good job of explaining things. We think we had there's only from the west can you see part of the new penthouse addition. The building, as I said, they built the bulkhead, the prior firm. So that was up as the mock-up. You're supposed to have a mock-up. So that everybody in the neighborhood and we could see what it looked like. And it's very hard to see. This goes up 12 stories. Very hard. I think, Madge, you're the one who, what,
Yeah, it's all low buildings around it.
yeah.
And the back of it, there's another building that blocks it completely on 71st Street.
Yeah, so there is really very much minor inconvenience to the view for the rest of the neighborhood, up on 12 stories up. The materials they're gonna use, now with landmarks, you can build an addition, if you're permitted to build a rooftop addition, you cannot build it to look like the building. They want it to look different. And in this case, they're keeping the paint color. Right now, the paint color of the bulkhead and what's up there in the maid's room is some sort of dark green, but they're gonna match the color to the building. They are not changing any of the windows. They're gonna create windows, but they're not gonna change any windows or any of the parapets, any of the structure. That will not be modified. So we thought that they did a reasonably good job and are keeping it appropriate to the historic district, and we voted in favor of that. It was a 4-0-0 and non-committee 1-0-0. I think is Ira here? Oh, he's not here. Is he? Oh, you're here. You voted to approve this also, right? Okay.
You're not telling me.
Yeah, that's right. Jay, you wanted to say something? No, any questions? Yeah.
Between Amsterdam.
Between Amsterdam. Thanks.
Okay,
So
questions
we're
from
asking you
Paul?
to vote in favor of this rooftop legalization and change a little bit of the square footage to make a 3-story, a 3-bedroom apartment.
Okay. Please register your votes.
Okay.
Is it 3?
One thing, they have no plans to use the outdoor space.
25-0-1-0. 29-0.
Oh, I didn't know.
You're on resolution.
34, maybe 3 more people. 2 more people.
I have to vote.
Okay.
She has to think about it though.
36. Okay, we're waiting for your vote.
Yeah.
No pressure.
There we are.
All right, 37-0-1-0.
Okay, thank you.
All right, second application is 400 West End Avenue. That's at the corner of 79th and West End Avenue. We have seen this building a couple of times. Every time they want to change a window because they do not have what's called a master window plan.
What a shame.
Yeah. But this time they want, apartment 17A wants to install a new through-wall air conditioning unit. They already have 2 in that apartment. And the new one would be next to one of the, current, AC unit. The applicant told us that they will, because the brick underneath the proposed unit is not historical or, it's plain brick. That wouldn't change, that wouldn't impact the building. And there are currently more than several 3 through wall units in this building.
It's a lot better.
It looks,
Two in this picture.
yeah,
Yeah.
it looks much better. Yeah.
Better than the.
Yeah, because
Sticking out the window.
they're.
Yeah, Kate, just a word of caution.
Louder.
A word of caution, because there's been so many repointings of all of these brick buildings that frankly do not match the integrity of the original. This is a poster child for the type of thing we're going to be seeing, where the brickwork doesn't actually match the rest of the building. And it's so okay because you're gonna change it anyway. So just, you know, I'm looking at Echo because it's, the integrity has been blurred. But it does allow these types of alterations. And we should be careful about where these windows go. I'm not against windows.
This is an air, through wall air
Yes, I
conditioning.
know, but even that is a break in the facade. So I just, it came to me this summer as I was walking around. And it is a change, and it may be something that the committee should look at so that these things can be passed on and we can give our concerns.
Right, and this one is a very textual, but I think what you're saying for landmark, but if it were the Majestic, for example.
Okay, can we,
I'm getting about that too.
Paige,
because
can we,
Architectural,
This page was.
I know, it's aging, so we should just. be-
Barbara, you had something, you had a
Yes,
comment.
I wanted to say something. There was a time, a long time ago, when I owned an apartment in this building. And in those days, there was a master plan, and also if you wanted a through the wall air conditioner, it was the only way to have an air conditioner. And it had to be done by a certain company. It had to be painted a certain color to match the brick. And it was all done 100%, and it was inspected afterwards. And on the West End Avenue facade, there's actually you see a lot of those through the wall air conditioners that were done. So, you know, it's already building, it's already undergone, you know, sullying of their bricks. So
The alternatives may be worse.
yeah, I mean, you don't want to see air conditioners sticking out the windows.
Okay, can we,
For another time.
for another time, can we call the question on this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, this
Second,
was
can we hold-
unanimous also.
can we vote, a vote yes would be in favor of allowing the change that has been, applied for.
Thirty-two, 33,010. 3 more votes. 36,010. 2 more votes. 1 more vote. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. 36,010. 36,010.
Okay,
All right, the last one, before the really good news, is 262 Central Park West. This is an application for a window replacement. The applicant wants to replace the window with louvers.
Can we see that one?
Yes. This is a ground floor, doctor's office, a dermatologist. And they want to have air conditioning throughout the suite of rooms. And they want to put in the room with the louver window, a condenser in there to air condition the suite of. Okay.
Jesse, do we have a slide for that one? It's coming up. Yep, here we go. I have it up here. There.
Okay, so this is their proposed louvered window. This is the dermatologist's office, and this is this too. This is the entrance. You can see that all of the windows are 1/1s. They all have the same metal. This louver would be the same metal that the window frames are. There will be a condenser in that room. This turns out, what was your expression, Jay? The best of the worst possibilities. The applicant went to the board to ask if they could put the condenser in the courtyard. And they said no.
the board of the building.
The board of the
Board of
building,
the
sorry. And the building said no, because we suppose noise factors and using the space. Then and this building has a master plan. The building board suggested that the office put the air conditioning units in half of the windows. But the applicant said, this looks terrible. This doctor's office is a dermatologist. This looks terrible. So the best of all possible worlds would be put the air conditioner in the room here and cover it with a louver, with the louvers facing in direction. So the hot air, just like, and remember with an air conditioner, it's always hot air coming up. It'll be in one spot.
There's an intake and an exhaust. Up and bottom.
What?
Will that affect the tree?
We didn't ask. That's a good question. Yeah,
I would suggest they add to the master plan that a much bigger tree be.
Beside the tree.
Particularly hardy.
That's
tree. No way to know that this is something really desirable or aesthetically pleasing, or not being the technical expert, that even their attempt at good air conditioning, that this is the most efficient way, because there may be others. However, one last very quick thing, I would suggest to the, if you don't mind, to the committee, to consider perhaps a study in one session of yours of, let's look at master plans and see what's been happening, you know, in order to send to the commission, here's our examples, we've learned this, we'd like to make some recommendations. In other words, do some pulling together and say, the way you're doing it may not be the best in terms of, I just suggest
I'll
that.
take that under advisement, right?
Yeah, it's
Audrey?
only under advisement.
Audrey, I can take it under advisement.
All right, I wrote it down.
This is.
That's all I'm saying.
Possible solution.
Yes,
You can come up with. It is
absolutely.
pushing hot air out across the pedestrians. And at the same time, if they're objecting to the backyard, this is a doctor's office. They're not starving. They can buy a really, really good acoustic enclosure. And they may not like the price of it, but it works. And we do this every day of the week.
Absolutely.
When you put a cooling tower on top of an apartment building, you wrap it in one of these things, and everybody lives around it. Lives with it. This is the third solution. They really need to go back, because you're blowing hot air with a fan, and it's not just one little fan like in an AC unit, but this is a much bigger fan that puts a lot of air out at one window. And it's right next to the main entrance to their building. They know that. Absolutely.
The board building, Jay, you want to say?
Sorry.
I think that's the sign.
Pardon?
That's the side entrance.
Yeah.
But I think that, isn't that the entrance to the
Well,
doctor?
but it's a different entrance than the main.
Okay. Yes, that's right. It's not the main entrance.
entrance.
And the board did propose, the building board did propose that they put in individual air conditioning units, which of
Anyway,
course would
they're-
create the down shaft of hot air.
Anyway, they're shifting the noise from their courtyard where it's easy to maneuver
Well,
onto the street where. it's
Maybe that's the board's
impossible.
decision, the building board's decision. Yeah, so there's another.
Okay.
Daria, you have.
I get. There was, okay, thank you, Jamie. We have
Yeah.
other questions.
Yes, I don't know who did raise their hand first.
Just a quick question. Does the doctor's office have windows facing the yard?
No.
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 Part of it.
Oh, I've been on this board for about 10 years and I voted in favor of every change. I think people should have a lot of latitude. This, I draw the line at this. This is the part of the building you most see as you walk by. It's not a window on the 10th floor.
Correct.
And not only are you going to see it, you're going to feel it with the hot wind blowing. I think it's very
Whatever
good.
air conditioning units go in those windows is gonna be felt.
It's different with a full window with the roof. I think it's and it's also very unsightly. So.
Did you have something more to add?
Just to make this very simple, I would bet that my silk pajamas, that tree won't survive. And, if they want to do different type of landscaping lower and separate it so that the hot air doesn't go on to the plan, I'm all for it.
Okay, can we call,
Anybody else? Yeah, or we can call the question.
Call the question,
Any
yes.
questions?
What was the vote?
shall we go ahead?
Oh, I know the vote was unanimous.
In favor.
Pardon? At committee. Yes.
Yeah.
correct. Okay.
Okay, questions open. Currently it's 2-2-1. How interesting.
Just
You just typed it out.
So just
Typed it out.
right now, it just, you could just write it because it recognized that you had said yes, a bunch, I can't. Why do I need to be? Thank you. Okay, now you can sit then.
All right, 15, 16, 13, 8. And I believe the 8th little thing was.
Liaison yet?
No, he texted me.
Yeah, just.
16, 14, 8.
Happy to report.
So I think
Yeah,
that's-
he's
I
back
think
here
that's
physically,
everyone.
and he's gonna introduce the new.
38, that's it.
And I said,
16, 14, 8.
say,
Thank you. And then write a big letter and analysis from the video, and you'll be contributing.
You will have no AC in that now.
well, this,
I'm too short.
Michelle,
Yes.
can you let us know when this appears before the
Oh, their
LPC?
old applications are due on the 9th of July.
The 9th
Not, what am I saying, July, this month.
the 9th of April. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so we will definitely get our
I
a
appreciate
letter
it,
off.
and I want to thank everybody who nudged me to finish these. Yes.
Okay, that,
Thank you. It made it so-
I see a hand raised in the back. True.
Yes.
Okay, do we want to turn it around and vote on a disapproval, so we have a positive vote that,
What is it? What's the difference?
excuse me, can we have it quiet?
Yeah.
I think so.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's saying-
It seemed pretty done.
I think.
It was in front of me. It wasn't.
I'm sorry, too many people are talking. Can we have some quiet here? Richard? You have the floor.
By a vote of blah, blah,
We
blah,
can do that,
blah.
and we'll present the reasons for
Why.
it to LPC. Sure.
Thank you. So let's leave it as is. Jay,
Just want to go on record, I agree with Richard, you don't have to.
okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure that's in the record.
Start it.
Okay, having completed the items, can we please stop the chatter? Thank you. We have now completed the business session. I'd like to,
One more thing. Jim.
oh, we have one more. I'm so sorry. Please go ahead.
We had a visit from a platoon from the American Museum of Natural History. They are doing a roof replacement. They have a beautiful slate roof over many of their buildings. This concerns one of the earliest buildings from 1891. They had a 100-year roof on there. However, it's been more than 100 years since 1891. And the tiles are deteriorating, Spanish tile. They brought samples of what would replace it, which is essentially what's up there now. It's going to be a project that'll take a couple of years to complete. If you're not as familiar with the building as you might be, this is the entrance is essentially the entrance that faces 77th Street, that old historic building there. So it should be done very carefully. Over the next couple of years, it will it will require a lane closure on 77th Street and some sidewalk bridging to get to that area from the street. So heads up on that. And they promised to report to us along the way and tell us how the project's going.
Yeah, this was approved at staff level.
Yeah.
But which means they didn't have to come to us.
Yeah, this was just a report.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We don't have.
No.
Well, that was the good news.
That's a good news. Aren't you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew.
When is the work likely to commence, do you know?
This month, I think.
Well, they have to get all the rest of the approvals, so.
Don't go to transportation.
But before the summer like this, right? I think it'll probably be the summer. So.
Yeah, but they'll go to transportation before they close.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
They said they were going to drive.
They're very good.
They're getting it from a quarry outside of.
Right, that's right.
New York State.
Can we, please raise hands if we wish to speak? It would be helpful. Okay, I'd like to ask, Eric Coelho, representing the borough president, to give his report. He arrived after the open session.
And
Can
you
you-
can come here in the microphone.
Sure, no problem.
We
don't mind.
Well, so just wanted to give a few updates from the borough president's office. First, kind of a internal update, but many of you knew Trisha Shimamura from our team. She has now moved on to become the next Manhattan Parks Commissioner. So really thrilled for her. It's an exciting opportunity. In the interim, the acting director is myself. So happy to not going to be covering CB7, which is going to be. I've been doing this now for about 7 years with our council. So we do have an amazing new liaison on our team, though. This is
Saliva, nice to meet you. Hopefully they're big shoes to fill, but I always try to fill them.
So I was amazing, and I hope everyone gets a chance to introduce themselves and say hi. It's going to be great having her on the team. So just wanted to make sure that we got to do that introduction. Just a couple of quick other things. Thanks to everyone who's already done their reapplication for the community board or others who are here who have applied for the first time. We've already completed the interview portion. Now we're just kind of internally going through the applications, the new applications for vacancies, etc. So please be patient with us. We're going to be done hopefully by the end of the month. So just in terms of timeline, that's where we're at. And then just two final things that I wanted to cover. One is we have this amazing volunteer force that we've been running out of the office that's been growing. I think we're at over 600 people at this point who are volunteering with our office or on the list in some way. We worked with the West Side Campaign Against Hunger recently to be able to work on, packaging hundreds of pounds of shelf-stable food to get them to families that have some food insecurity. We're working with Bowery Mission. Tomorrow, we do park cleanups. We do all different types of events. We'd love to have everybody either just get the word out or join us. The information is on our website. So if anyone is interested, please go to the DP's website and then just take a look at our volunteer core list. 30 seconds. I don't even get a break on that. And then just finally, for anyone in need or anyone watching who wants to join, we're doing free tax prep at our office located on 125th Street. Encouraged to sign up. So if you go to our website, if you go and call us, it's 212-531-1609. We have appointments between now and April 12th. The only requirement is that you make $5,000 or less. So that's my last report. Thank you.
You have a couple of questions if you're time to take them. Elizabeth.
People who applied or didn't apply, but wanting to be the deadline. What's the best thing to do? I guess we want reapply next year. Is it, I know that, but I mean, is there anything that they can be doing now? Or they can go to the website to find out, like how to get more involved?
Yeah, so I think the best thing right now is the window has closed, the application has been closed. But we do encourage folks who want to be active in the community in some way to join us for the volunteer corps. If they like to, we always encourage folks to just attend meetings in any capacity. It just helps for their application as they look to next year.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric, as you can see, we have a problem with venues lately. I mean, for many years pre-pandemic, we had about 4 rotating venues, spacious, tables, etc. And we kind of feel like nomads at this point. And I'm wondering if the borough president, and I don't know about any other community that have similar problems, but I wonder if the borough can do something to help us and other boards, with other institutions. Maybe act as a liaison, give us some more funding, whatever it takes, because it's really been an
I understand that dilemma, and it's not the only board that's been dealing with that. I know I talked to Max about this, I talked to other district managers about this, the need for space and the lack of availability. We made ourselves available if, obviously this is an emergency situation today, but if there's any outreach that we can do to help support find venues, we're happy to, liaise and do that work. I will say to the question, the borough president did work hard to make sure that community boards weren't in the round of pegs that went through. So, we were able to at least keep that going rather than have the funding go down. But we continue to advocate, it's been in our testimony as well, that we're advocating for more money for the community boards. So, we don't control that fund, but we have been advocating for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any insight on the state budget process?
Nothing that I'm aware of. That's more our policy team, but if there's anything specific, if you reach out to me, I'm happy to get you an answer, but hopefully if there's a state rep that's available, maybe they can speak to it.
That's everything. So thank you very much, Eric. And welcome. Do I hear? Well, first, any new business anyone wishes to raise? We had some at the beginning, but if not, is there a motion to adjourn? Thank you.
Wow.